Good morning, everyone. Normally I'm coming to you in these videos after a run, after I get some post-run clarity, but today I wanted to come to you with a video from the quiet of my garage, although you can't see my garage because it's unfinished. This is my home office, and I wanted to share with you kind of a different message this morning. I'm starting a new video series. See if you like it, see if it takes. It's called 2-minute takeaways. Now this video is probably going to be a little longer than 2 minutes, but ultimately I want to get it down to within 2 minutes. And the whole idea is for me to share with you a book that I've read, maybe it's an article, something that I consumed in my ever growing learning process. I'm constantly learning. That I can share a couple of takeaways with you. Maybe whet your appetite for that book, and maybe just start a dialogue about it. I think it's good, and I enjoy getting content like this, and it gets me thinking and gets me reading new things. So hopefully you get the same thing out of this. So the first book that I want to share with you is actually my favorite book in the world. I actually read this book probably over 20 years ago, and it's called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And this book is amazing. And you really only have to read the first half of this book to get the crux of it, because the second half is about psychology and therapy. And if you're into that stuff, it's great. But the first half is about Viktor Frankl's experience in the concentration camps in Nazi Germany. And he obviously survived that experience in order to write about it. And it's an incredible story. But the key takeaways are, for me, there's two. One is focus on what you can control in your life, because focusing on the things over which you don't have control only lead to stress and misery and anxiety and not a whole lot of fun, because there's a lot of things that are out of our control, right? Whether it's COVID, whether it's your boss, whether it's a frustrating person in a relationship. You can't control other people. And there's a lot of things in life that we don't have control over. And so to stress over those things and to carry that burden is really, really hard. And if you focus on the things over which you do have control, there's a lot of power there. And the second thing that I took away from it was when he was in the concentration camps, he talked about how they could pretty much take everything away from him. They could beat him, they could starve him, they could, make him work long hours until they were exhausted. But the one thing that the guards could not take away from him was his ability to respond to them, his choice in how to respond. And doesn't that tie into this whole control issue? You can't control what other people do or say to you. All you can control is how you choose to respond to that. And there's incredible power in that message. And when I first read this book, I was going through a tough time in my life. And I have to tell you, it was like a weight had lifted off of my shoulders and the clouds opened up. It was just incredible because I was focusing on things over which I didn't have control. And it was just causing, a lot of stress, unnecessary stress in my life. So fantastic book, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl. Trust me, you will love it. If you have read it, please add a comment, share what your thoughts are, what your takeaways were from the book. I really appreciate that. If you have an idea for another book you'd like me to talk about or to read, I'm always looking for good suggestions. And if you love this content, I would be honored if you share it with your friends and colleagues. Let me know, give me some feedback. I really appreciate that, and I'll keep pushing it out there. So thank you so much. I know I took over 2 minutes, I think, but that's okay. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep learning, and take care. And I'll see you on the next one.